Jamie Foxx is Cameron Diaz's biggest cheerleader on her first film in a decade. Cameron Diaz is finally back, and no one's more excited than Jamie Foxx. For their new action comedy, Back in Action, streaming Friday on Netflix, the Oscar-winning actor did what no one else could: pull Diaz out of retirement. When the rom-com icon walked onto the set for her first movie in more than a decade about former spies whose old life comes back to haunt them, Foxx remembers hyping her up to the cast and crew. "It was great to see Cameron back," he says, recalling how he talked up the significance of her to everyone on the set. "I was back there behind the monitor like, you've got to see this." The 57-year-old, Django Unchained, star was such a good cheerleader, she says, and the film's director, Seth Gordon, recalls Foxx even joked that Diaz was the star, and he was just her bodyguard. Diaz, 52, stepped away from Hollywood after 2014's Annie, her second film with Foxx after they first worked together on 1999's Any Given Sunday. Since she last appeared on screen, the actress married musician Benji Madden, welcomed her first child, and launched a wine brand. "I had been acting for a couple of decades, and I felt like I had done it," Diaz says. "Although I loved making movies, I felt like it was time for me to just do something else, try something else, live a different way. I met my husband, we started our family, and that was where I just wanted to exist. It was a wonderful 10 years. Though Gordon knew there's nobody who can do action and comedy together quite like Diaz, he initially didn't approach her for the role because he was under the impression she wasn't looking for work. So when Diaz's longtime friend Foxx, who was already on board, Back in Action, suggested she could come out of retirement to play his character's wife, Gordon thought it was too good to be true. For Diaz, the movie came along at a time, after COVID-19, when she and Madden thought it might be something good for our family, to switch things up and have her get back on a set. Ultimately, though, she considered the project only because Foxx was involved. "I knew, having made movies with Jamie in the past, that I was going to get the most talented man in show business, and the best partner," she says. "If I'm leaving my family for 10 hours out of the day, it really matters who I'm doing it with." Back in Action stars Diaz and Foxx as a pair of spies, Emily and Matt, who leave the world of espionage behind to start a family. Years later, after dipping their toes back into their old roles by tracking their teenage daughter during a night out, they accidentally blow their cover and are pulled into the life they left behind. Diaz's character making a triumphant return after walking away from her career and prioritizing her family certainly calls to mind the actress' real-life journey, though given the script was written without knowing she would star. This echo between what's happening in the movie and her life was coincidence and luck, Gordon says. Despite a decade-long absence, it was kind of like muscle memory for Diaz to pick up where she left off, she says. "A chef doesn't forget about how to chop." Indeed, the actress didn't even take warm-up time to get back in the swing of things, Gordon says. She was just in it immediately. But work on Back in Action hit a terrifying snag in 2023 after Foxx was hospitalized mid-production with a health emergency. The comedian later revealed he suffered a stroke, which left him initially unable to walk and with no memory of 20 days. At that point, Back in Action still had about 8 days of filming to go. Some footage was shot with a body double for Foxx, though little of it ended up in the film after a rewrite of the scene. Production was further delayed by a 4-month Hollywood actors' strike. Gordon felt total relief when Foxx, after making a full recovery, came in to look at early footage and was just like his old self, complete with his signature riffs as he joked around about the strike. "It was really miraculous how he had healed," Gordon says. Filming began again in 2024 with Foxx, adding another meta layer to the film's title as he became the one back in action. The star says he and Diaz shared some tears after reuniting for the first time since his stroke, but he was eager to put these emotions aside and get back to work.